There's a major shakeup coming this summer for anyone receiving OAS or CPP benefits in Canada. If you're retired or planning to retire soon, you'll want to stick around because these new rule changes are going to affect your monthly payments. With inflation continuing to stretch household budgets, even the smallest increase or adjustment to your pension can make a big difference. In today's video, we're going to break down exactly what's changing with old age security and the Canada Pension Plan this July 2025. From inflation adjustments to new contribution tiers, clawback thresholds, and a little-known opportunity to potentially increase your monthly payments just by changing your timing. There's a lot to unpack. Let's get into the details step by step so you don't miss a single dollar you're entitled to. Let's begin with the changes to old age security. OAS is one of the most important federal retirement benefits for Canadians aged 65 and older. Starting in July 2025, OAS is being adjusted again for inflation. This summer's increase is 1.8%, which comes on top of the 2.2% adjustment that was already applied in January. That means OAS recipients are seeing a total annual increase of 4% in 2025. It might not sound like a lot on paper, but when you add that to what was already being received, it adds up over time, especially for seniors living on a fixed income. If you're between the ages of 65 and 74, this adjustment bumps up your OAS to a new maximum amount. For those aged 75 and older, there's an added boost thanks to the 10% permanent increase introduced back in 2022. That additional enhancement is still in place and continues to create a meaningful gap in payments for those in the older age group. It's the government's way of acknowledging the higher costs many older seniors face, especially when it comes to healthcare and assisted living expenses. Now, let's talk about what this means in practice. For a senior age 77, for example, the July increase translates into more money added to your monthly payment. Over the course of a year, this seemingly small adjustment results in several $100s more in your pocket. For a retired couple, the annual difference could be well over $300 depending on eligibility. And in today's economy, where groceries, rent, and utilities keep climbing, that extra amount matters more than ever. But the changes this summer don't stop with just higher monthly OAS payments. There's also an update to the OAS clawback thresholds. If you're not familiar with the OAS recovery tax, here's a quick summary. Once your annual income surpasses a certain level, the government begins to reduce your OAS payments. That's known as the clawback. In 2025, the clawback starts at a slightly higher income level than last year, thanks to inflation indexing. However, if your income is too high, past a second threshold, your OAS could be eliminated entirely. What does this mean for you? If you're hovering near that income threshold, this summer is a smart time to reassess your financial planning. Think about how much you're withdrawing from your RRSPs, whether your rental income is creeping up, or if investment earnings are about to push you over the line. A few smart moves now could preserve thousands in OAS payments down the line. Moving over to the Canada Pension Plan, or CPP, there are some equally important changes happening this July. As part of the federal government's long-term enhancement of CPP, your retirement benefit is increasing again. This year's increase is up to 4.4%, driven by a combination of inflation and phased-in enhancements that began back in 2019. 2025 is considered a milestone year for CPP reform, and the new rates reflect that progress. So if you're currently receiving CPP, your monthly benefit could be noticeably higher starting this summer. While not everyone qualifies for the maximum amount, the increase still represents a meaningful lift. Over the span of a year, even a few extra dollars per month can really make a difference, especially when combined with the OAS increases we discussed earlier. However, here's a critical update for those still in the workforce, especially higher earners. The government has now fully implemented CPP2, the second tier of CPP contributions. If you earn over a certain income threshold in 2025, you'll be required to contribute an extra percentage of your income into the CPP program. These additional contributions are matched by your employer and are designed to build a second layer of CPP benefits for your retirement. That means more taken off your paycheck today, but also more guaranteed income when you stop working. This summer marks the first time many Canadians will start seeing these new deductions on their pay stubs. It's important to understand that these aren't regular CPP contributions. They're above and beyond what's already required. So if you're making a higher income and noticing a new deduction, that's what it is. Fortunately, it's not going to waste. These additional contributions will eventually turn into higher monthly CPP payments later in life. There's also been growing discussion among financial planners about the timing of when to begin CPP. The rules haven't changed this summer, but the conversation around early versus delayed benefits has picked up. Taking CPP at age 60 means a 36% permanent reduction in your benefit compared to waiting until 65. On the other hand, if you delay until age 70, you receive a 42% increase from the standard age 65 amount. With inflation and market instability being ongoing concerns, many advisors now suggest delaying CPP if you have the financial flexibility to do so. If you've got income coming in from a TFSA or smaller RRSP withdrawals, waiting a few years could result in thousands of extra dollars over the course of your retirement. It's something to seriously consider this summer if you're still in the planning phase. Now let's touch on another important point: RRSP withdrawals and how they can accidentally trigger clawbacks. While there are no changes to the RRF minimum withdrawal rules in summer 2025, the issue is that many retirees unintentionally cause clawbacks on their OAS by withdrawing too much from their registered accounts. It's a silent threat that's costing many Canadians part of their pension income. A bit of proactive planning with a financial advisor can help balance withdrawals in a way that keeps you under clawback limits while still meeting your income needs. So what does all this mean when you add it together? If you're already collecting both OAS and CPP, you'll likely see a modest but helpful increase in your combined monthly payments starting this July. If you're still working, you'll probably see larger deductions due to the CPP2 contributions. And if you're approaching retirement, now is a crucial time to reassess your retirement timeline, your investment strategy, and your government benefit schedule to avoid clawbacks and maximize your long-term income. Let's not forget about GIS, the Guaranteed Income Supplement. This benefit is critical for low-income seniors and is also being adjusted this summer. The increase is small, but it still helps. GIS combined with OAS can now provide eligible single seniors with enough income to cover essential expenses like food, rent, and utilities. If you or someone you know qualifies, be sure to double-check your eligibility. These programs often go underutilized due to lack of awareness. Now that we've broken down all the technical changes, let's review the key takeaways. OAS payments are up 1.8% as of July, and combined with January's increase, that's a 4% rise this year. CPP payments are also increasing, thanks to both inflation and the continued rollout of enhancements. High-income earners now face additional CPP contributions under the new CPP2 system. OAS clawback thresholds have shifted slightly upward, and the same applies to full clawback limits. GIS payments have risen slightly as well, helping our most vulnerable seniors. One more point worth emphasizing: delaying CPP or OAS can be a powerful strategy for increasing your retirement income, if you can afford to wait. These decisions shouldn't be rushed. They should be based on your overall financial picture, health, life expectancy, and your other sources of retirement income. If you take anything away from this update, let it be this: small changes in government programs can have a significant long-term impact. Understanding these shifts, reassessing your income streams, and staying alert to new contribution rules can help you make smarter financial decisions. Every dollar matters, and a little planning today can lead to a more comfortable tomorrow. So whether you're receiving benefits now or planning to in the near future, use this summer as your opportunity to check your statements, update your financial plan, and take full advantage of everything you've earned. These programs are here to support you, but only if you know how to use them properly.